Hi YouTube, it is your girl Lexi, and I just wanted to come on real quick and do my WWE review. So if you read the title, then you know there's a lot more than just the review of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view that happened tonight. To be honest, guys, I am seriously thinking of hitting the unsubscribe button to WWE. I have been a lifelong WWE fan. Before it was WWE, it was WWF, and I was that little girl sitting up overseas with my dad, who was in the military, and watching it at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Or my dad had the coolest friends who would videotape them on actual videotapes and send them overseas so I could watch all the WWF, now WWE programming. So to say that I am seriously considering unsubscribing based off of the events, not just today. I think today was the ice cream or the cherry on top of the nasty ass ice cream, but just over a lot of events. So let's talk about tonight's pay-per-view. Again, it was called WWE Extreme Rules. It was 4.5 hours of crap, guys. Honestly, there was not one match on the card that deserved to be there. I would like to call this Botchamania. Botchamania 2018. Everybody looked so sluggish and so out of it. It wasn't clean. There was no clean, no crisp. There was not an action-packed bout, fight, match, whatever you want to call it, throughout the whole thing. So let's start with the pre-show. The pre-show had Cien Andrade Almas and Sin Cara. Hopefully this feud is over with because it makes no sense. It's almost like, ooh, one Hispanic is fighting the other Hispanic to be the only Hispanic on the roster. It's really silly. There was no true storyline and there was no plot. And that's the theme of Extreme Rules. Let's just be honest, guys. That's the theme of it going right now. So then a match that I feel should have been on the main card was the members of Sanity versus the members of New Day, a tables match. This was an actually good match. They really do need to work on the character development for Killian Dane and the rest of Sanity. Like, I've said it before and I said it again and I'll say it again. I've said it in different lives. I've also said it on different programs for the wrestling universe. WWE is not doing justice to the NXT roster, and it's prevalent. Sanity had such, I'm sorry guys, a cult following that now it's like wash. And a lot of people say, well, the NXT roster is set up for failure because NXT is only known to those who subscribe to the channel. Well, that's WWE's fault. WWE constantly berates my freaking YouTube feed, whether I want it or not, with all of this crap from Canvas to Canvas and hi, my name is, and whatever else. Start building up your NXT roster before they get called up. Start showcasing them. Start showcasing 205 Live more. These are just simple suggestions that I am going to give you tonight. Okay, so then let's go. Opening match. It is so sad that I don't even have my notes. Normally on my previous reviews of WWE events, I have notes. I don't have notes this time for the simple fact that that's how utterly disappointed every single match. Here we go. Saying it, I just said what it was. It was the B team and May not even been the B team that opened it, but I don't care at this point. The B team versus Eater of Worlds. Is it Eater of Worlds or the Leader of Worlds, which is Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt was just in a car accident. I think they should have scrapped this match. I don't care if he was cleared. Concussions, your body in shock because he is a professional wrestler. It could take weeks for his true extent of his injuries to surface, and you've got him out there bouncing around. I think it was silly. They are disgracing the tag team titles. The tag team titles back when Legion of Doom and the Acolytes and those type of tag teams, the Heart Foundation, like those factions and tag teams made that title great, and now it's almost like WWE is crapping on it. I don't know. But anyway, the B team won. Um, they made a huge deal about it. I thought it was overkill and just a waste of freaking time. A lot of the matches I'm not even going to give a review on for the simple fact that they were not worth it. The Braun Strowman Kevin Owens match was uncalled for. That spot with Kevin being tossed off the top of the ring is uncalled for. It was an uncalled for match because they're trying to get everyone to like Braun, but Braun looked like an asshole. I'm just gonna put it out there. He looked like an asshole. Throughout that whole storyline, he looked like an asshole. So, the Alexa Bliss with the Extreme Rules, you can't really be extreme in a pair of knee-high boots, Mickey James. Just food for thought. I was really disappointed with that match. That was not Nia's best match. A lot of botches, a lot of like 1, 2, 3 and hit 1, 2, 3 kendo 1, 2, 3 trash can 1, 2, 3 lid 1, 2, 3 jog 1, 2, 3 prance. It was so ugh. Oscar and Carmella. Carmella should not have that belt. I really don't understand the gimmick behind Carmella having the belt. I would love to be a fly on the wall and just hear the rationale behind it. It makes no sense. Asuka was such a domineering force, and they being WWE, actually did a great job of pushing her when she first got out. And now you're jobbing her to Carmella and James Ellsworth. Like, Ellsworth is a waste of time. That whole, oh, I'm going to stand up there and pick a lock. And I did not like that storyline. There was a lot of squash matches tonight, and I don't know why. It was very squash match. Jeff Hardy, the Intercontinental title. What was that? 5 seconds? Not even what? I'm sorry. We got to count the entrance because they played the hell out of their song. So about 3 to 4 minutes. Squash match. Jeff deserved better. Hurt or not, Jeff deserved better. I would have rather Jeff came into the ring and gave up his title, said, hey, I'm hurt, and then, surprise, gauntlet match for the top two contenders. Last two man standing. That'd have been something cool. Randy Orton showing back up. I guess he was the pop of the night. The Rollins and Dolph Ziggler match, that could have been left for a regular TV. There was another made AJ Styles and Rusev. Rusev deserved better. Rusev has been, the fact that people are chanting Rusev Day wherever they go, and Rusev Day has become so popular. I would love to see the numbers for Rusev Day attire now. And for them to say, oh, well, here was your one little title shot. Now go play back on the main card. I think that was a slap in his face. And I hope he really reconsider signing his contract if it's up. Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. This is not in order, guys. I apologize, but this is just how I feel. God, they could have kept that off the card. I am a Roman Reigns fan. I have a Roman Reigns hat. When I went overseas and wore it to Egypt on a trip, people knew Roman Reigns. They knew his hat. So he is definitely an international superstar. I didn't... Bobby, you've been back long enough that there shouldn't be ring rust. I hope you understand that. It was very like, again, 1, 2, 3 and spear, 1, 2, 3 and punch. Like, he oversold that elbow. That elbow was not that devastating. There was not a drop of blood. There was not a gash. Your eye did not swell up. It wasn't that big of a freaking deal. But we had to see you sell an elbow for 15 minutes. I counted. Overall, again, Extreme Rules was just a really big disappointment, and I want my $9.99 back. I know people pay $54.99 for it. If I were you all, I would ask for that money back from your local cable provider or Dish or Direct or whoever you ordered it from. But more important, I want to talk about the decisions that WWE has been making. Here we go. Let's start with the most prevalent one right now. Bringing back Hulk Hogan. Now, mind you, I started this video off by saying that I am an avid wrestling fan. I do not agree with him coming back. He should, the way you guys treat Chris Benoit, and you do not know without a shadow of a doubt that tragedy was at his hands. It's been widely speculated. And yes, the cops closed the case, but guess what? There's only 4 people who know, and 3 of them ain't talking. The same treatment you give Chris Benoit, give Hulk Hogan. I listened to that tape. He isn't sorry that he said it, because that's not the first time he said it. And if you guys actually do your research, there were multiple articles, multiple interviews from his ex-wife Linda, from his friends, from his own daughter Brooke, who said that this was not the first time that he has said that and that he has uttered those words. And I bet you anything, a lot of the other legends will say the same thing. You really disappointed me, WWE, because you are basically saying it's okay, it's all right for someone to say that, as long as you give them a tap on the hand like, no, you're not going to make any money for the next 3 years from us. But you guys were probably paying him on the back end anyway. He just wasn't getting endorsements, and people weren't inviting him to stuff because he didn't have the WWE machine behind him. But the fact of the matter is, it was wrong to bring him back, and to have him go back there and say, hey, be careful, cameras are everywhere. Not, don't use that disgusting word to describe someone of color. Don't use that disgusting word. It's a disgusting word. And you were basically telling your fans that look like me, it doesn't matter what we think. Like, if you wanted to keep him in the Hall of Fame, great. Keep him in the Hall of Fame for his actions, but we don't have to see him on TV. You don't have to cram us down our throats at events and stuff. Like, I really am thinking, I don't know if I can truly support you guys right now, because that really hurts. It really, really hurts on all levels that you are going to basically say, hey, not even just your African American, Black, Aborigines, whatever you want to call us, fans, every fan minority and everybody in that locker room who looks like me, sounds like me, you are basically telling all of us, hey, well, he said he was sorry. He was only sorry he got caught. He was only sorry that this freaking messed up his money. And then it didn't even really mess up his money because he won that big ass lawsuit from Gawker. So he was okay. It doesn't matter that he was a pioneer. That's like saying, you know what? The town sheriff was a great guy. He cleaned up the streets, but he also lynched 5 black people. So, but he said he was sorry. That's what this equates to. People can say that I'm taking it to the extreme, but no. That's what it equates to. You fired Rich Swann after him and his wife had a domestic incident where she even came out and said I was trying to kick his teeth in, and that's why he was dragging me. And y'all were like, oop, fired. Even though the charges were dropped, you still released him. Enzo Amore, you guys fired him over a chick who came out 4 months later and said that he raped her. I'm going to be honest. With this whole Me Too movement thing, I'm going to be completely honest. As a person who has been sexually assaulted, October 23rd, 1998, if you ever want to look it up, I told someone immediately. And I tell the same story over and over again. You can ask the people on my Facebook. You can ask. You don't come out 4 months later, but then say some stuff on Twitter. And, like, it was wrong. It was so wrong. You guys are picking and choosing based off of monetary value. And people can say, oh, well, people didn't like Enzo. It doesn't matter that people didn't like Enzo. Like, what matters is how your fans feel. And I just feel like you guys really missed the mark by bringing Hulk Hogan back. Not to mention this whole it's not even well, it is. This fat shaming gimmick you've got going on with Nia, stop it. Stop the crap. You guys hired her. I hope you didn't hire her to be the token fat girl. Like, Nia is a force. And if Nia wasn't with you guys, she can go independent and make a ton of money. And you've got a-holes on your squad who say and do things, and you guys look the other way. And that's what you've done with Hulk Hogan. You have said it is okay, Hulk Hogan. And no, I don't agree with Raj and Matt Morgan on making Hulk Hogan go around the country. Don't make him go around the country and say, I know I hurt black people. No, he doesn't care. He does not care. Like, I really can't. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Definitely disappointed with WWE as a whole right now. Very disappointed with Extreme Rules. 4.5 hours of crap. But maybe not maybe. No, too vague. I really don't care about Extreme Rules because it wasn't a good card. And what they're doing with Hulk Hogan is just wrong. So, light and love, guys. Stay tuned for the next review. Talk to you soon.